The city tried to use the shards to stake out the wilds. So much for that plan. Ankle gators used to roam the wilds, and they nested at Rotha's Lagoon. Many a tale folks used to scare their children straight originated here. All kinds of beasts we don't know up from down, still lurking about.
I'm not a huge fan of the decoy.
Even the brushers learned to fear this place.
Yet another enemy that is useful with burst damage more so than anything else.
They used to think that ankle gators were
Missing
extinct.
something up here, I'm sure.
Well, they ain't.
Yeah, there it is.
It's been
Just a little bit of money.
They called her Queen Anne.
Check this way as well. Just a little bit of money.
They
I thought it was an upgrade. You can just block these dudes. Frogs, lunkheads, they get a lot easier to kill when you have, well, armor piercing specifically, but just a lot of burst, a lot of crit that you can get later on. Makes them have, or feel like they have a lot less health.
The lagoon's got plenty of other dangers, of course. Turns out Queen Anne got a hold of a shard. Ankle gators love shiny things. Know what smells worse than an ankle gator's breath? A stinkweed. Ain't time for pecker hunting, but the kid can't resist.
I hate birds in this game.
Can't fight Queen Anne without the proper tools.
They are probably my least, not favorite, but I'm not good at killing them. They're really obnoxious, so they're my least strongest counter, basically.
Can't hurt an ankle gator unless it's raining, and it ain't raining.
You can shield block them, but the smaller ones will come with the big ones, and so you're trying to block the big one while simultaneously usually dealing with the smaller ones, and you just get swarmed. This weapon, however, the Brusher's Pike, is one of the best weapons, if not the best weapon in the game. And if I wanted to, I could go into the grass and kill that lunkhead with the ankle gator biting it instead of me smacking it, but not going for perfect efficiency here. Oh, okay, that just spawned right behind me.
Those pink cushions been living off the ankle gator's scraps.
I probably look like I can't play this game at all,
Queen Anne can't fit
but
that
partially I'm
into
just
her
used to
hand.
using higher level drinks that are quite game changing, to be honest. One of which is just being able to heal from damage, lifesteal. And so I'm used to basically taking a bunch of hits, healing up, taking a bunch of hits, healing up, and just kind of avoiding using potions at all. One of the idols you unlock later
Queenie leads the kid into some kind of twisted
is
one bad step in that tall grass and it's Queen Anne's lunch.
I hate just waiting these things out, but it is the best way to deal with them.
He holds his ground. Seems the Queen's running out of options. Still no sign of the shard.
Go back to Squirtler. Keep the pike. So the pike is absolutely amazing, to be honest. I'm not sure whether or not you can even beat the game without the pike. Not the game, but 10 Gods is extremely difficult to beat without the pike. Sure, you can do it. I probably can't.
The closer you get to an ankle gator's lair, the thicker the tall grass grows. Kid's gotta make a run for it. Those leaping lunkheads don't like Queen Anne any better than the kid. They make a tasty snack.
What makes this spear great is there's kind of two builds for it. You can mix and match, of course. You can do the throw build or the thrust build. Both can rely heavily on high damage crits. You're going to get most of your crit chance from your drinks, the spirits in the Bastion. And then you're just going to rely on kind of some bonus crit damage from hitting those. And in most games, I'd say crits kind of...
Even stinkweeds know to stay away from the Queen.
A lot of crits in games, I feel like, kind of definitely dominate and feel bad in games. And while they do dominate a good portion of this game as well, if you're going hard into the
Must have scared a bunch of
late game.
hiding.
Okay, we're just gonna do this. I'm gonna pet there.
Ankle gators don't much care for their young. That's why there ain't many around.
So the ankle gator egg I picked up is one of the many pet items you can get. You just create little, like a bird or a squirt or the ankle gator when you go back to the Bastion and show them to one of the NPCs. I'm blanking on the name. They become kind of the caretaker, and then they're just there. They're friendlies.
Wanna know how to find an ankle gator lair? They use a kid as bait.
We'll have another little boss battle type thing here.
Now she's coming for him. She's got nowhere else to go.
Okay.
They say if you run across an ankle gator, you better keep running. She's starting to get annoyed.
That's
Country for you.
that's disappointing.
And now he's made her mad. Rest in peace, Queen Anne. That was for the brushers. The shard sitting in plain view. He's got it, and he's home free. Kid's done what needed to be done. Queen Anne's reign is over. We even got a crown jewel. That Gator's a crazy gal, but so's the gal who promised to look after her.
So yeah, now we have a little anchor gator. You can just move it around. You can also talk to this thing.
Turn him round and round all you like. Pit's still gonna be ugly. They said Queen Anne was just a folktale. Now there's living proof she ain't. All that trouble for a single shard. But you know what? It was worth it. Just the occasion to crack open the distillery's private reserve.
Now we have access to life wine, which at this point in the game probably isn't the most efficient use of your slots, but in the long term is game changing, very powerful, very useful. And it's a thought that I've had in past games even, that I think it'd be cool to have some more effects like this in some other games, just because it gives you a certain level of suspense, anxiety. I don't know. It's that kind of response to it. When I do make my own games, hopefully someday, I hope to be able to focus not just on having a game that feels the same all the way through, but have suspense, anxiety, excitement, power boosts, whatever, that feel fun and exciting. That they're just, it's not just a dull game that just kind of climbs through numbers or something, but has things that you can make good decisions on. The point of game is, a lot of games, at least most games, are the fact that they're interactable. So I don't want to just watch the action or watch my numbers go up. Well, it's one of the reasons I love Bastion. You know, you can play a lot of different ways. Really shield heavy. You can do. I don't have them apparently. Really shield heavy. You can do the Cinderbrick Stout. You can do. For now, I am going to, let's see here. We'll just equip it because I don't really have anything else.
It's so rich, they say it's brought men back from the brink for one last taste.
But you can do these kind of things. Secret skills, really good. A lot of people use this for getting past the 10 God challenges. I didn't really rely on secret skills other than to just kind of survive. But this can be really useful to just get rid of a group of enemies with a single tonic. This can be amazing for just, you want to focus on a pure parry build, do double damage with the shield. You can also get another one that gives healing with the shield. I believe the healing is flat always 5 health or something like that, which is not how the tonic, the spirit, works. I don't have it unlocked yet. I think we have to unlock the Lost and Found next here. Moving on to the Brusher's Pike here, I'm just going to go for some extra critical hit chance, which, you know, just 15% is a good, what I call a chunky number. I don't like a lot of games that give you 5% on Tuesdays, so to say. I've heard somebody else use that term, but you know, there's a lot of games out there that give you 1% this or 1% that or 3% this or 5% that, and you know, if that's your kind of game, go for it. It's not my kind of game. I love chunky numbers, you know, 15% this, 10% that, 50% this, 100% that. And this game definitely lives up to a lot of that, you know, 50% damage increases, or, you know, double ammo capacity, I think is what this originally is. Might be 50%, but just says the flat number, so I don't actually know. These stack with each other, these faster reloads, so 55% faster reload with, you know, 2 of them. Got 110% faster reload, so, you know, just a little more than half the reload speed, basically, depending on how they did the math on that, but I assume that's how they did the math on that. This is just telling me I have the Brusher's Pike now. Okay. There's nothing over here I can really do. There might be a memorial unlocked. There we go. Don't have more gods yet, so. And I probably can't activate them until I get more spirits. So I know this series started off with me being pretty quiet. A lot of my old videos, I don't really talk much, or not at all. Such as my fist-only run for Salt 2, Salt and Sacrifice. I didn't feel the need to talk. It wasn't really the goal of those videos. This game, very narration heavy, so it's hard to talk and avoid the narration, which I'm trying to not talk over the narration. That's just messy. But I'm trying to also find my voice a little bit and talk more about games, game mechanics. So this game has amazing game mechanics, so yeah, one of my favorites.
Should be farther out there in the wilds. Know how Caelondia became the richest city in the world? 2 words. Point Lemaine. If the wilds could ever be tamed, it was gonna happen right here. But now, the greatest outpost past the city.
Come back.
Is nothing but
there we go.
show. The army's triggers once had the place on lockdown.
Where'd you go? Okay, I still missed.
Kid might as well pick up where they left off. Blam, just like my fighting days. Gun like that can even put the wilds in check.
So this is actually my favorite combo, the carbine with the pike. You got a lot of long distance, long distance, short distance, everything.
Whole place shudders in a fit. The Grand Rail of Point Lemaine. Not only is it still there, it still works. Of course, it's no longer shipping hides and alloys and spices, but it can give the kid a lift. just as long as he can stay clear of the trouble on the tracks.
You do get a power shot if you can line up the lines without actually connecting them. Becomes second nature after a while.
Grand Rail's all grown over with things the Calamity chewed up and spat out. Things eager to take back their turf. Kid don't let so much as one of those things slip by. Lunkheads settled in like they own the place. Takes fancy footwork on the rail, what with wallflowers, coughing fungus everywhere. Only one way to cure a cough like that. The place used to be closed off, but now it's split open like a rotten pineapple. Of course, the Grand Rails seen much more fighting in bygone times. Near on 50 years ago, first shots fired in the Ura-Celandian War. It was right here that Zolf's Ura forefathers decided to mix it up.
There we go.
Okay, so maybe we didn't get their sign-off on the whole Grand Rail thing. That was bad. The rail must have shook the Ura to the bone after those dens of theirs.
That's not what I want to do. Come here.
Not much wiggle room up there near the rail.
Lunkheads always drop their shell when they die. They go up in the air and then drop it.
Well, the rail won't last much longer now that the kid took the shard. It's still got one good run in store for him, though. All the rotten wood there on the rails turned it into swamp wood central. Ever tried dancing side to side while holding your breath? While shooting a genuine registered armored carbine? While choking on swamp weed? swamp weed out of those boots for days.
Well, that was a close call.
Turns out he's got company at the rail station waiting for him. Not just another wallflower or pincushion minded. At first he thinks it's Zolf. Turns out he's wrong. This is for you, says the man. Then wham. When the kid comes to, the man's long gone, but something else is there. Well, what's a kid to do? He took the shard, he took the hit, and he took that note. That note cuts straight to the heart of things, don't it? Finding gourmet ingredients ain't easy these days, but we'll take what we can get. The note says it plain. Zia, go east to learn the truth about the calamity and our people. I'll be waiting. Sincerely, Zolf.
We unlocked
Arrived
this.
just in time to sample Zia's famous cooking.
This is the second dream. It covers the wilds enemies, and I probably dislike that the most out of the 4 dreams because I hate the birds. They suck. So I typically use the bellows, which is basically a flamethrower, to deal with those. Because otherwise, I just can't get through that level. I was challenging myself with 10 gods, so.
Zolf's messenger was one of his people. Wondered just how many of them survived, and what exactly Zolf told him. That's the way to make every shot count.
So upgrading the pike, the bellows, and the carbine are going to be my strategy, or, well, has been my strategy, and I'll just be repeating that. Let's go put the...
It ain't too late to unlock the potential of this place. We need an awful big lost and found under the circumstances.
So this is one of the best spirits that you can buy. Leech Aid. Makes your health tonics basically useless, so you do have to offset that with another spirit if you want to use potions at all. Due to my current money, I'm questioning whether or not I want to take that.
The brushes, they moved in shadows, but the calamity found them.
I go for aiming speed on this because it just is so slow. Unless you're just hip shooting it, which you can do, knock back, some hip shot.
Even the army never issued carbines in such fine shape.
You can try different combos out. This is also nice. You can move around while aiming. Helpful. Very utility oriented, of course, but
Don't want that thing leaving your hands until you decide it's time.
so same thing. You can go kind of knockback oriented with this. Do throw oriented. I just do the critical hit stuff. Okay. See, what do we got? Don't know that we have a whole lot left. brandy, 15% damage resistance, can be very handy. You can actually stack this with the flame bellows, the flamethrower, and it has a capstone ability upgrade, and it also gives damage resistance while you're using it while it's active, but I think it's only from the front. Not sure on that. It gives a lot. The bellows gives a lot of damage resistance. It might be 50%. I haven't found any references or resources to prove that or not. But the two combined are just, you can kind of just fight through anything. You do need Leech Aid to actually heal from it, but your lifeline, your Leech Aid, and the bellows can just basically face tank certain enemies, a lot of different enemies. The only thing it falls off on is it just doesn't do enough damage when you have a lot of gods on. But the flame bellows by default ignores armor, so you can kill a lot of the normally tedious enemies like the lunkheads or the wallflowers or the stink eyes, things like that, without having to worry about their backside, their front side, for them to open up, etc. So I'm going to go ahead and get Leech Aid here. Reconfigure my drinks. Let's see, what do I got on here? I already have this. Bastion Bourbon is how you're going to generally offset Leech Aid. Absinthe is really good with the lifeline. I'm actually going to put lifeline on here. Okay, we're not level 5 yet. That's going to really open us up a lot. You'll probably be level 5 before you hit the final level for sure. Yeah. I want to say you generally end around level 7. If you're not using a lot of gods especially, you're going to be probably level 6, level 7. If you're using as many gods as you can, you'll probably be level 8. You might have to do some of the dreams twice. But I will say, do not do the same low-level dream on a lot of gods unless you're doing it for the challenge. This dream does not give a lot of experience or money. This one's going to give a lot more, and the next one's going to give it even more. And then in New Game Plus, of course, the final one just gives an absolutely insane amount of experience. With 10 gods on, it's not uncommon to probably hit something close to, I don't know, maybe even a whole level, half a level. You'll hit level 10 pretty quick in New Game Plus. So, is what it is. Let's see here. What is it? Telling me I got a new weapon. Yeah, there it is.
Sometimes a brusher's pike just ain't enough. That's what the carbine's for.
Okay. See you next time.